Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another perfume review video. My name is Naz. This is my channel, the King of Hidden Gems. I try to bring to your attention fragrances are usually very good value for money. They smell good, they're usually on the radar, not many people talk about them. I think at least you should do your research, try them for yourself and see if they're any good to you. So in this video I have another update for you, and this is the brand John Richmond. John Richmond is a designer brand from United Kingdom. They are quite well known for their quirky, unusual, little bit on the different side of designer realm, like gothics, like rock and roll and things like that. And they have few fragrances in their lineup, not many, I think altogether around 10 of them, some of them for ladies as well, but most of them are for men. And this one in particular has got a big name. This one is called John Richmond Hardcore Religion to a Dancebeat. It's Eau de Toilette 100ml. In United Kingdom is quite hard to find right now. For some reason is easier to buy in Europe, even though the company is a British company, and retails for £75. But if you're patient and you do research, if you're interested, you can find it maybe discounted here and there. It just came out a few weeks ago, very recent, this one, so it is still maybe is not as much distribution is not being properly done, so you need to be patient a little bit. Okay, so the update for this fragrance. Where shall we start? Shall we start with the presentation? Presentation, no problem at all. Although the box is quite simple, but it does the job perfectly, which is protecting the bottle. The bottle is very nice. It's rustic. It's like upcycled. It's like it's recycled. Very nice. Overall, the cap is quite big, but plastic, and we've got weight to it, and it's got this beautiful round atomizer. It's like some sort of fetish, and it's embossed everywhere. The name down here is embossed. Very good quality in terms of bottle. So in terms of presentation, very nice, especially for the price. In terms of performance, unfortunately, it didn't perform well on me. For Eau de Toilette, it was okay. On my skin went up to 5 hours. On t-shirt goes up to 6-7 hours. So it is moderate, maybe. Yeah, it is moderate overall in terms of longevity. In terms of projection, similar story. I had maybe an arm length of projection for about maybe 45 minutes to an hour, and after that it comes very close to the skin and almost becomes a skin scent. So if you like it understated, if you like it close to the skin, if you like it very personal, this is very good. But otherwise, if you like it to shout, if you like it to be loud, this is not one of those fragrances, unfortunately. The only thing is, you know, I unboxed and reviewed the other John Richmond before, and it was a beast mode, so I don't know what happened. And that one was Eau de Toilette as well. You know, it was called John Richmond for Men Eau de Toilette 100ml, and that one is fresh, aquatic, spicy, woody fragrance, but it was a beast. This one is Eau de Toilette, but it's not a beast. It's moderate to maybe good if you go heavy on the trigger. If you go maybe 6-7 on the skin, 6-7 sprays on t-shirt, maybe it goes up to 8 hours. So you need to be a little bit heavy on the trigger. So that's in terms of performance. In terms of who is it for, this is quite particular. This is not for everybody. This is not a crowd-pleasing fragrance. This is not an easygoing fragrance. This is a particular fragrance. Reminded me to some extent, again, it's not a copy, it's not 1-to-1, it's not 100%, but it's the same genre of perfumery, it's the same category of Tom Ford Noir Anthracite. So Tom Ford Noir Anthracite, I would say this is around 60-70% similarity to it. The only thing is, you know, there are other alternatives to Tom Ford, you know, Noir Anthracite. If you like this kind of fragrances, again, Tom Ford Noir Anthracite was very polarizing. Some people loved it, some people hated it. So it's very, very polarizing because it's super artistic. So this one is very, very artistic as well. It's very unusual. It's very, very different for whatever you see in the market. It's not trendy in any way or shape. To some extent, it reminds me of a place of worship and temples and churches and mosques and things like that for some reason. It's got a little bit of that incensey feel to it as well, but not too much. But overall, it is, how shall we put it? It's very particular, okay? It's earthy, is minerally, is smell of concrete, smell of grass, but dark, damp, smell leafy, smells tea trunky, it smells, it's like you go into this dark forest and you're smelling the bed of that dark forest with mushrooms and all sorts of plants there. So it smells very unusual, so you need to like your unusual fragrances to enjoy this. This is not for everybody, definitely. I would say this is very mature. I would say 30 years and older to be somebody appreciate this. Not only you need to like this kind of fragrances, but you need to be a little bit on the mature side to appreciate what it is, because this is very, very different, very unique. Not very unique, but it's quite unique. And it's very different from whatever it is in the market. It's not trendy whatsoever. So if you are somebody who likes their easygoing fragrances, freshies, you know, sweet fragrances, things like that, this is not for you, because this is very, very different for whatever you enjoy during, you know, your your collection. So for me, I like the smell, but because it lacks performance, I was a little bit disappointed. So the smell itself, yeah, I love the smell, you know, because I love artistic smells, I love unusual smells, I love daring perfumes. This is quite daring, okay? This is not for everybody's cup of tea. So for that, I love the John Richmond for what they done here. They went for something very unusual, which is quite unheard of, because these days there are thousands and thousands of perfume out there, and if you want to sell, you need to do something to sell. But this one probably is not going to sell that many, because again, it's very, very particular. So there are two other fragrances in my collection that are quite similar to this, which are in turn are similar to Tom Ford Noir Anthracite, and those two, one of them is Ajmal Verde. Ajmal Verde is 100 ml, 100 per farm, and in the United Kingdom you can find it under £50. But this one is a very good performer. This one doesn't perform that much, maybe 4, 5, 6 hours, you know, in terms of longevity, an hour of projection. This one double that, so this is very, very strong. And this one, the good thing about it is a little bit sweeter than this. So at least you're getting a hint of sweetness in here. In here, almost there is no sweetness. Almost there's a hint of sweetness in here, but it's very, very minimalistic. Here it's a little bit sweeter, which is making it a little bit more palatable. There is another one in my collection which is quite close to, again, the Tom Ford Noir Anthracite, and that is this beauty, and it's called Kolmaz, and this is marijuana basically, and this one is edgy per femme 100 ml. Again, you know, this one is very hard to find. They're both quite difficult to find. This one is more difficult to find. I'm not sure what's going on with it. It used to be available a few years back, but now it's very hard to find. And this one is a beast mode, but with a huge but, and this is very, very hardcore. This is if you think this is hardcore and this is hardcore, this is even more hardcore. This is like a gassy, leathery, earthy smell of dirt, smell of soil, smell of grass, smell of, you know, a trunk of the tree and the mushroom and all sorts of things in here. And the smell is almost, for me, is almost unbearable, because it's so different, and it's so particular and also very challenging. So this is a super challenging fragrance. This one is easier going, this one is easier going, this is super challenging. Don't get me wrong, this and this are challenging as well for a majority of people, but this one, even for majority of the even for a small minority who love unusual and artistic and different fragrances, this could be very challenging. So imagine how challenging and unusual and different this is. So these two are quite hard to find. United Kingdom, in other places, do your research, see if it comes up and how much they go for. But if you find them for a good price, these two are absolute monstrous and also very artistic, very unusual, very different and very unique fragrances. So these two, let me just get rid of this. Yeah, these two, in my opinion, are much better fragrance than this one. This one, I love the smell, but it didn't perform, and that's the biggest disappointment. In terms of smell itself, again, quite earthy, gassy, gasoline, not gasoline, gassy, herbal, super herbal, dark, damp, concrete, earth, mushroom, leafy, camphorous, super camphorous, and also a little bit of balsamicness in here. So imagine all those heavy hitters, but it doesn't perform. How do they manage that? I don't know. But in terms of smell, yes, beautiful. I loved it. Again, when I say beautiful, this is for a very small minority of people who appreciate this kind of fragrances. Okay, it's not for everybody. This is this is not everybody's cup of tea, definitely. But this one is a hint of easiness to it. Although this one and this one quite similar, and the third one, I would rank this one the easiest, this one the second easiest, this one is the hardest to wear. Yeah, but this one, the performance is quite not as poor as these two. These two are beast. This one is moderate. So in terms of note breakdown, it doesn't make sense to me whatsoever. I'll just read you quickly, but forget about note breakdown. It doesn't reflect what I smell. It says on top apple, bergamot and coriander, and in the middle we have cedar, cinnamon, rose and vetiver. In the base we have amber, cashmere and musk. When you see the note breakdown, you think this is a fresh fragrance or a very, nice, beautiful, everyday fragrance, but it's not. So forget about the note breakdown. I don't get any of those apart from the coriander, maybe cedar and the vetiver, and that's about it. So if you like fragrances that are how I described it: concrete, earth, dirt, mushroom, herbal, super herbal, very camphorous, very green, very dark, very danky, and balsamic and things like that, you will enjoy this. Otherwise, this is not for everybody. This is quite unusual, quite artistic, quite unique. Not unique, but quite unique in terms of what it is out there, in terms of fragrances in the market. So I recommend it if you don't mind the performance of it, because it's quite personal, it's quite close to the skin, it doesn't jump off that much, and it goes up to 5-6 hours. This one is much stronger. It goes easily over 8 hours and easily 2 to 3 hours of projection. This one is a monster. It's 12 hours plus, and the projection of it is a monster. It's for like 4 or 5 hours. But the problem with this, if you get it, if you're a crazy enough person to get this, don't go more than 1 or 2 sprays of it, because it smells like a gas. I'm not talking about gasoline, I'm talking about gas. So very earthy, very dirty, very soily and concretey, green, grassy, leafy, camphorous, and darkness and smokiness. All of these got smokiness to them as well. Some smokiness, some dustiness, and some powderiness as well to all of these. But this one is absolute crazy, this one is less crazy, and this is less crazier. Okay guys, so this is the update for this fragrance. In terms of season, they're all better suited for cooler weather, but you can use them because they have some sort of freshness to them. You can use them all year round, but careful with the trigger. In terms of age, as I said, 30 years and older to be safe side, and also you need to have a particular taste to enjoy this. This is the very, very small genre of perfume. People appreciate this. And in terms of occasion, what should I tell you? I don't know what occasion you can wear them apart from you enjoy it yourself, because you feel wearing something unusual and different and very, very not a little bit challenging and all that. Okay, so I would leave the occasion to yourself to decide for yourself. I don't know where to put them, these three. Anyway, so if you have it, if you know, if you try them, let us know your experience. That would be useful for others to read. If you like what I do, if you find it useful, informative, valuable, or entertaining, please don't forget to hit those buttons. This way help me, encourage me, motivate me to bring you fragrances like this that nobody in the right mind talk about apart from me. And they are very artistic, very unusual, very unique, and quite challenging fragrances. If you want to purchase one of my own perfume, they are quite challenging as well, but they're not as mad as these ones. They're super artistic, ultra beast mode, 100% natural, amazing value for money. They are very, very strong. They are best value for money, what you get and what you pay, because I put more than 60% pure perfume oils in my perfumes. So they are super, super strong in terms of character and also in terms of performance. I'll leave them in the link as well. Thank you very much as always, and I'll see you later. Bye, bye, bye.